Clear!
Woodstock traffic, India Juliet Papa Hotel, departing 1-3 left-hand departure, Woodstock. Well, good morning. This is not the anticipated flight for the day. Dominic, he's the other half owner of this airplane, and I were going to take the plane to Havelock, which is about 100 miles away, for a fly-in breakfast. But as you can see, the fog is only just starting to clear now, and it is 10 o'clock in the morning, and the breakfast ends at 11, and I had to pick him up in Fredericton, which would have been an hour and a half to get to where we were going, which meant it would be too late to have breakfast. So I threw the cameras on, and I figured I would do just sort of a little foggy fall fun flight. So where the clouds are less than 1,000 feet off the ground, as long as I don't go into the clouds, I'm allowed to get as close as I want. So I thought maybe we would go do some proximity flying to some of these clouds, which is kind of fun. And then maybe check out some fields, or I don't know, we'll figure something out. But just wanted to do something, seeing as I was at the airport. It finally got nice enough to fly, just couldn't go do what I wanted. I wonder if I could land on that road. I'd say no. It looked good, except for the scrubby bush here right close to the end. I think these trees are far enough apart that the winds wouldn't hit them, but the scrubby stuff is kind of built up along the sides here. So yeah, no, that's definitely a no. The island is certainly doable. We can do that. Have to get her into a pretty good slip to get down in time, though. This is kind of a fun gorge. I've never really checked that out before. Oh, there's power lines crossing it up there. That would probably be why. I think the wind is blowing the other way. Would be good. No problem. don't know if you can see them on the camera, but I can see them. The white rocks painted on the island down there. It makes it way easier to see where the smooth part of the island is for landing on. I bet you the 360 camera can see that. That's pretty cool. I like it. I see two potential spots down here. One is right here in this sort of scrubby area. I don't think the trees are cut back far enough for that to be a successful spot. And I would say, yeah, I'm correct on that. So the other interesting spot I'm looking at is right here. It's got a couple of tall trees right on the approach. I just don't know the condition of the road. We'd have to do a low and over first, have a peek at it. A couple big rocks right in the middle there. So I'm gonna give it a pass. This time of year, all of the crops have been harvested, or most of them. You know, you have to be careful because some farmers put in winter wheat. So that's they plant it in the fall and then it is harvestable in the spring, I think. Or anyway, I'm not a farmer. I don't know. So you got to be careful. But this one doesn't look like it's been planted. It looks like it's just been harvested. So let's go down and check it out. Nice and smooth, really. I like it. Not smooth in that direction. That's why you always want to go with the rows if you can. We'll fast taxi back to the other end and then take off in the direction we landed. That was kind of fun. Not really all that challenging considering the length of the field, but still a new field, so check. Ooh, there's a cool field. Oh, there's turkeys halfway down it, so that's fun. Oh no, those are geese. I think we'll just go again. Kinda cool though. There's a fun little airstrip just up here to my left. We'll go check it out. I know it's not off field because it's an airstrip, but it's a fun airstrip, so I'm gonna go do a touch and go on it. Now this island down here I have wanted to land on for forever, but the rocks are just too big. Every time I scout it, I can't find a good spot to touch down. Everything is like fist size or double fist size rocks. So that's definitely a no-go, unfortunately. But there are a bunch of fields in this area with lots of farm roads that would be super fun to explore that I haven't before. I'm like Dr. Zeus here, rhyming all of the time. This one would almost be good, although I can see some shrubs just to the left of the runway in the other direction that would probably hit a wing, so we'll miss that one. And let's go on to another one, because there are all kinds of them around here. Oh, there's some harvesting going on, so we'll give that guy a pass. However, that field right beside him has a great big dirt road that's quite suitable looking. Oh, they're not actively harvesting. Never mind, they just parked the combine there. Hear that, Brent? Combine. You don't like combines, do you? Brent likes combines. It's got a pretty good hump right in the middle. Looks like a pretty decent road, actually. Aside from the hump. Now that little stretch right there looks tempting. I think it's too short though. But I do have a headwind, a very strong headwind in that direction with a good runoff. I think I will give that a try. It's short, but I have a long run up to it because the trees, ooh, that field looks cool. Sorry, squirrel. Because the trees are so far away from it. So I've got the ability to get down really low and slow before I get to the landable part, which really makes short field landings quite a bit more possible. Oh yeah, I think I can do this. Didn't even come close to using the whole thing. Now, turnaround options here. Oh yeah, I think I can do this. If I can avoid those rocks, yeah. There we go. That'll work. Then we'll just blast off out of here. Nice. Easy breezy. Now, where was that other field I was looking at? I gotta clean my tires off, so I need a grass field. Ah, there it is. I don't think I like it. See how it's modeled? It's got like a lot of different colors. It's not uniform. That usually means you have depressions where water lies, and then the plants have more water or less water than the ones around them, and so they get different colors, and that means there's probably like mud puddles and standing water, and yeah, it looks like there's a section there that would be soft. So I'll give him a pass. And we'll see what else there is to explore over here. This field would be no problem. There's a nice long farm road right there, actually. We can do a touch and go on that looks kind of green, which means there's some grass on it. Not that I really need to wash off my tires right away, because I'm just probably going to get them dirty again. there's no real place to turn around, so I figured I would just touch and go that one. But look, tires are clean. Now this one here would be cool to bring Violet to because there's some standing water there. We could throw some rocks and look for frogs and explore and stuff. That one looks very suitable. I think I'll bring her up to do that one sometime. But yeah, all kinds of fun fields around here we could play in. But I think I'm going to start to head back up to Woodstock and then go find some breakfast because I'm kind of hungry, seeing as I missed the breakfast this morning. We need a restaurant close to an airport up here, or landable field. Well, you know you got some wind when you're doing 80 knots through the air and the cars on the highway are passing you. So we definitely have some wind. I got 20 knots on the nose. I'm doing 80 and my ground speed 62. So 18 knots on the nose. If it wasn't for that rock pile right on the left there, I know it terminates pretty abruptly. I think that's long enough and definitely smooth enough to land on, but I'm going to have to wait for them to move that rock pile. I do not want to hit my wing on that. Now over here, there's this green section really close to the highway, just on the other side, that looks very smooth. And it just looks like grass. So I'm going to go down and have a look. Every time I drive by there on the highway, I look over and go, I could land there. I know I could land there. I don't know if I will, but we'll go down and we'll check it out anyway. Like, does that not look like an airstrip to you? It looks like an airstrip to me. That part clearly doesn't. Ha ha! Look at that. Ooh, very bumpy right there. Ah, what was wrong with that? It's just grass? Not crops? I think I should find out who owns this and ask them just to keep it maintained just like this for me. I see people stopping on the highway. They tend to do that when you land close to the highway. And off we go. Always wanted to do that. Finally did. See if we can get into Tim's from this altitude from here. This is what you call a slipping turn. So I've got opposite rudder in the direction of the turn, and that exposes the side of the airplane to the airflow, which slows it down because there's extra drag. And I can straighten it up. I think that was a pretty successful adventure. Didn't really get out, go explore on foot anywhere, but we got to see a lot of cool things from the air and got to land on a few new fields I haven't been on before, so I think that's kind of exciting. I think I'm just going to join base for 1-3 and just pop it down into the airport.
Yeah, that camera died. That one didn't. Oops. Alright, well, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time. I wonder when that died. Oh well. Gotta start running battery packs.